Hello, Aries. This is Michelle, and I'm here to do your December 2021 tarot reading. Welcome to the channel. And also, before we start, I want to say a very big thank you to the Aries people who have been liking the videos, also commenting. I really appreciate it. It tells me that you're there, that there's a message resonating, or that you enjoyed the reading, and I appreciate it so very much. All right, also briefly before we start, I do want to mention that I did a December astrology reading for the collective. You might be interested in this. You'll find it at the channel under the videos tab. There's a very strong desire for peace. I talk about the total solar eclipse, Jupiter going into Pisces, and some other events. And so I just wanted to mention that to you, that I actually did do another astrology reading. All right, so the cards that we're using are we're using a reproduction by Ilma Nagello. This is Giovanni Vaccetta's deck from the late 19th century, and then also we will bring in an affirmation card from Daily Crystal Inspiration by Heather Akinose, and I like bringing in this deck for the solstices and the equinoxes. So we're going to go ahead and get started actually right away. We're going to draw right off the top. The deck is ready to go, at least for part of the reading, and then I will draw a few during the reading as well. Okay, so let's get started. This is for Aries, the sign of Aries. What are the messages that we need to know for our Aries friends? Messages for Aries. Let's go ahead and get started. And we're beginning the reading with the Fool. All right, the Fool coming in. And this Fool has a leopard beside him, or maybe it's a cheetah. It could be a cheetah as well, with that long body there. So that might have a significance for some of you. We have the King of Cups. All right. The Two of Swords. Two of Swords coming in. The Four of Coins. All right, Four of Coins. This is the Five of Spades. Now, I'm saying spades here instead of swords. Sometimes I'm going to say swords. Sometimes spades, because that's what it says on the deck there. And they would be equivalent in playing cards. And here's the Ace coming in. So first of all, Aries, I'm feeling a little bit of wanderlust coming in, like the desire to get up and take off and go on an adventure. That's coming through strongly with the Fool card. A desire to just take off. It could be sort of building inside. It could be something that you actually just really need for your own sense of feeling alive, I want to say. Aries doesn't like to be stuck in one spot for a long time. Aries likes to be on the move. And a lot of Aries folks are actually sort of nomadic even. Like they can be that much on the move all the time, traveling. All right, so I'm picking that up very strongly, but it seems that there is some type of, I want to say like an emotional responsibility that could be holding you back from just really letting everything go and just casting off responsibilities and taking off. I do feel, though, that this is so prevalent in the mind that you could be going through a sort of decision-making process about how exactly you're going to go about making this move potentially in the future. I am sensing for some of the Aries people that inevitably a move is going to take place. And so, if there's something holding you back currently, whatever that is, it doesn't mean that it can't happen in the future. You could be looking at your options. Okay, what are my options? I think that this is actually a good mental activity for Aries because, especially if you're feeling a little bit antsy, like you really want to cast everything aside and take off, at least thinking about where you might go or how you could change things up in the future, I think will keep you in a very positive frame of mind. And so that looks very good. Something else that's coming into this for me is the idea that wherever you go, you may want to place yourself in an environment that helps to inspire you in some way. If you aren't currently inspired, then you may be looking towards changing up the scenery so that you do feel more either artistically or spiritually inspired. I think another thing that's sort of prodding you or constantly bringing this up on the mind is that I think you're in a good position financially to do this. I'm not going to say great position. Well, hopefully for some of you it is great. Okay, that would be wonderful. But I'm saying at least good. Like you're in a good position to make this move. I think that's going to continue. Let me say that. I think that's going to continue for you. Something Aries, in, let's say the last, it could be like 5 months or the last, recent months, something has changed. And I feel it's been a dramatic change that can also be feeding into this idea about needing to make this change or this move. But it just, wow, it isn't really an easy thing to do. Oh, I'm really drawn for those of you celebrating Christmas time. I'm really drawn in by this wreath with the little red berries and the red bow. There's a really strong Christmas feeling here if you celebrate that holiday. So it could be that in December, actually, by towards the end of the month, that things become more clear for you and that you become more resolved about what you need to do. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit of a conflicting message here. On the one hand, I feel like in the beginning of the month anyways, like right now, you're in this decision-making process. There's something holding you back from just taking off. Financially, the situation is pretty good, it looks like. There could be more growth, is what I meant by it's not great. It's just kind of even, is what it feels like for some of the Aries people. But there's something else brewing, there's something else going on in the environment, I feel, that's also perhaps pushing you forward. So there may be a conflict between what's happening environmentally for you and also this sort of, I want to say, emotional attachment or responsibility in a certain area. All right, let's select some additional cards for Aries to conclude this portion of the reading, and we have the Two of Cups coming in. We're going to select 4 cards here, 4 cards for the sign of Aries. All right, this is the 6 of coins or denarii, 6 of coins. 2 more cards, please, for my Aries friends. Now, you might be wondering why I'm selecting cards this way, and it's because this is a collector deck, and so I'm very careful about how I use these cards. I don't want to just shuffle them. And I'm actually selecting these cards intuitively as well, so we're getting some good results with this method as well. Now we have two sixes, one after the other. Here's the Six of Cups. Okay, I'm hearing a yes on this. All right. And it's the Ace of Coins. And here is the artist could be pictured here. But there are some other pictures here as well. Here we have another wreath. Okay, this is interesting. I don't see his name here, so I'm not sure that that is actually the artist, but we'd have to do some more research to find out who these people are. Okay, that's just me. You have to be patient with me. I do digress sometimes because I'm so interested in the cards. That sometimes I get off track when I look at them, especially these historic texts. Okay, let's see what this adds, Aries, to your reading. I just feel again that this change that is going to come in is just needed on a deep soul level for Aries. And so I think that factors into this kind of analytical process that's going on, and it's like I have to figure this out. That's what I'm picking up. You might even be thinking along those lines, like I have just got to figure this out, and it's almost like prodding and poking, and I've got to figure this out. And it has to do with really feeling good about life on a deep soul level. The cards are also saying, though, bringing in this message about just being patient. You might be actually having that thought, like, boy, I hope I can just be patient about this and wait until I feel the time is right and that I have all the steps worked out in my mind. Let's take a little bit closer look at this ace. Actually, if you think about it, it's almost like there are three coins here as well, which is quite interesting. And these beads. I mean, clearly, the Ace of Coins meaning a new start financially. This is also saying it's coupling with this Ace of Spades for me, and it is saying that there will be a new start for you, Aries. And so if you're feeling a little bit frustrated or I want to say impatient about the situation, this card is telling me, and really the whole reading, not to worry, because when the time is right, there will be a new start and a change. You will have the strength to wait this out, I want to say, because it does look like it's going to require a little bit more patience. All right, so patience is coming through. And I really like that idea about spending some time making plans, because I think that can help to keep you very positive about the future. All right, now we're going to pick a daily crystal inspiration for you, and let's see how that factors in to the reading. Maybe it will bring in a new concept, or maybe it will just pair. Jade, be the bigger person. Be the bigger person. Wow, that's very interesting. We're actually going to read from the little book this time. So let's look up Jade. And I do feel just straight up off the top that it has something to do with this emotional, I want to say, constraint or attachment. But let's take a look. Okay. I'm thinking of the alphabet in my mind, and it's going to be right here. All right, here it is. The message for Jade. Take the high road. You have the power to choose how to interact with the people in your life. You can either lift each other up or drag each other down. You can be small and give your power away, or you can be the bigger person and stand strong in your convictions. To elevate your spiritual maturity, be mindful. Respond instead of react. Don't take things personally. Listen without getting defensive. Instead of letting conversations and encounters get to you, brush them off and maintain your composure. This is your power. Sometimes you say more by keeping silent and getting farther by remaining still. All right, that was an interesting message for Aries because there is some indication, especially in the astrology with your ruling planet, which is an aspect and anticha to Saturn. All right, so Mars and Saturn are connected. Just to bring in the astrology, there can be some frustration, and it is pictured in this reading. And so the message coming in about being the bigger person is that if the blockages or the difficulties are related to somebody else, this is suggesting to, again, so just step back from that external stimuli if possible. Take a deep breath, get grounded in yourself and your own needs and plans, because that's what's important at this time. Healing again pictured in this reading for you. Take a deep breath, Aries. Everything is going to change and be all right. I think this is overall a very positive reading for you going into the new year. All right, that's your reading, Aries, for December 2021. Thank you again so much for being here. It is a pleasure and a privilege to read for you, as always, and I'll see you next time.